Hey everybody, it's Jang here with a look at a LEGO DC Superheroes set. This is Jokerland. It comes with 1,037 pieces. The set includes a wide selection of desirable minifigures, 8 figures in total, plus a pistol-packing clown robot, and a penguin with a bundle of dynamite, and a batmobile, and a whole lot of other stuff. Before I dive into the details of each component, just take a moment to appreciate how it all looks together and just how much stuff you get here and just how fun it looks. I really feel like this set is greater than the sum of its parts, but its parts are good. Joker kind of gets the first laugh here with the centerpiece of the set. The giant creepy clown face looks good at first, but then you start to realize all the things that you can adjust on it, like the bow tie, which can be turned side to side. These are very clever ears made out of bushes, and these are very clever eyebrows made out of kind of sprouts, but you can adjust the angles on those to change the expression a little bit. Oh, what's this? There's a pair of knobs back here. What? You can turn the eyes around remotely. It's also got a thing up here, another knob for the hat that can be tilted side to side. You can kind of adjust the angles of the cuffs on the sides here. All this adjustability to actually add in extra just life to a statue. What's up with that? Excess awesomeness is what I say is up with that. And then you got the Joker there just kind of reveling in the brilliance, the evil brilliance of what he's done with the place. And that's actually a little bit of an action feature there because he's not attached with studs. He's just standing on top of a tile. So if you've got a superhero like Batman on a super jumper and you hit it just right, or if you just grab him and just get him to fly up there and hit the Joker, you can knock him down and he comes down this slide and gets dumped directly into this toxic tank, which is itself a cool looking little assembly. It could have been done with just the outside pieces. They added on the stickers, which, you know, that's kind of rough doing big stickers on a clear back. You have to do it just right, but I think they look really good. Goes well with the lime green base that they put here. But look at the inside of this thing as well. They put just a handful of extra pieces in there that just make it look a little bit more alive rather than just having a flat bottom down there. I really like just those handful of pieces at the base. It just makes it look more believable. There's also an extra balcony here where you can pose figures or have a little fight going on, and then here you've got the mirror room, and these are really mirrored, as you can see. You can see directly in there all the way through, so you can angle those. It's just 3 of these, but you can angle them in some different ways to get some different effects in there, and there you can also see back behind just some room where you can get your figures to go through. These stickers, I'm very happy that these are also mirrored on the back, so that kind of works doubly for you, but it's just a total of 3 of them that are placed on there. Here's how it looks from the back. So again, more usable mirrored space without having any extra stickers. And here's how the rest of the thing looks from the back. Still colorful, still looks presentable. There are those knobs for turning different things. Still looks good from all angles, even though this isn't really the camera friendly side of it. It still looks just fine, so I'm happy with that. And then here we have Harley Quinn's Wheels of Fire. It's a motorcycle ride on a tightrope. They did include a full Lego motorcycle there, and I believe that's the first time that older style of motorcycle has been molded in a white color, so I think that's new and exciting to me because I like Lego motorcycle pieces, but you can take that off if you don't want to use it just with this ride. You can actually drive around with it. Got a nice sign there with just a few pieces on it and a sticker, and you can see underneath of here, poor Robin is all locked up and he's going to be going for a ride too. The trigger for this one is its sign, so just hit the sign and there we go. Let me reset and try that again, see if it'll line up a little bit better. There we go, even a faster rundown. And then at the end here, you've got all these garbage cans that are set ablaze, so you've got to worry about that messing with your hairdo. Now, the structure of this whole thing is a little bit flimsy, and normally that would make me say, Lego, you should have done better. You know, this is kind of feeling cheap. But in this particular case, I actually feel like that adds some life, adds some flavor to this thing. Because just imagine if you were Robin, right? And you're going up and down, back and forth, back and forth. If everything worked exactly the same every time, came down perfectly straight, and then you just stop here, and you know, maybe your cape is getting singed a little bit, but after a while the corner burns off and then everything's cool. But if it's shaking like this, and sometimes Quinn's motorcycle kind of derails a little bit like that, or goes down slow like it did the first time and then it goes fast another time, that's going to make you more freaked out because you don't know what's happening. In real life, this thing is not going to fall apart. It is put together plenty well enough. It just wiggles a little bit, but I feel like that's an unintended kind of a bug that became a feature that actually helps with the ride and makes, like I said, just gives it a little bit of extra life. What about this thing? Poison Ivy's Carnivore Freefall. Up top, the Carnivore is this very Little Shop of Horrors-esque giant Venus flytrap head with teeth in it, and it's made from a couple of large clamshell pieces that are hinged, so you can open this and close it up. I think you could actually bend it back behind one of your figures there, if I could get this all to work. So it'll make it look like it's actually gonna try to eat the figure there, so gotta watch out for that. It can also be turned around a little bit. The trigger for this ride is also in its sign, so you can use Poison Ivy to get her vines going so that she ends up getting up here and she can hit the sign and make the whole thing go. Check out the mechanism for the trigger here. It's so simple. This all just rotates back and then just leaves the top exposed, so all of this can just go down around that center shaft. You're just holding up the weight of everything by this area right here on top of the tile, and when you move that out of the way, nothing's supporting it anymore and gravity does the rest. Penguin's Deadly Duckies is probably the simplest and least clever of the rides, but it still has its place. It's still very colorful and still fits into the theme quite well. This one just has the ability to rotate everything around, so you can just spin it around and put bundles of dynamite into two of the duckies in the seats there, and yeah, this actually holds its place depending upon exactly how tightly you put it together. It can get enough friction in there. Even though a minifigure weighs more than these other little bits of cargo there, you can still get it to stay. And down below you can see you've got ice, and then you've got water, and you've got some sharks. You can just see the top fins of sharks that are swimming around in the water there. I've got to say, this is more of my type of ride. It's more my speed, if you know what I mean. This is a proper looking Batmobile, Keaton-esque, Keaton-era Batmobile. However, it does have a flaw up at the front. I don't like that front. This in particular, right here, where you go from the round to the flat section, that just kind of bugs me. Everything else, though, is very cool. I like this thing. It's way oversized for minifig scale. Look at Batman next to it. I mean, it ends up looking like a huge, almost a chopped truck, semi-rig or something. But that doesn't really bother me because the thing looks so good. And I think it's scaled actually respectably well compared to other vehicles that they've done for DC superheroes and other superheroes series. So to me, this actually works out nicely. It's got the rear-facing cannons back here, so you can shoot with these stud shooters. And then in the front, it actually has the ability to shoot as well, but they've hidden that away quite nicely. They've got two of the newer spring-loaded shooters built in here, and they've used the black bolts from Battle of Five Armies. And these are your triggers right here to shoot those out. Again, black fits into the color scheme very nicely. Shoot that out. Very well hidden away. In my opinion, this car has the perfect number of stickers for a Batmobile. One right there on the top for the necessary Batman logo on the roof, and then when you take the roof off, and you see you've got a pretty nicely shaped up, kind of deluxe little accommodation for seating in there. Nicely shaped all around. But there is the second sticker right in there for the console. Minifigures, superheroes, Batman, Robin, Starfire, and Beast Boy. Batman has two colors of plastic layered one on top of the other, so he now shows boots. Robin has two colors of plastic for each of his arms, so he actually has the short sleeved shirt on. And then over here for Beast Boy, he's also got those two layer plastic setups for both of his legs. You can see that the hips are a different color though, to show the different type of garb that's there. And you can see you've got the really flowy capes, the newer style of flowy capes. which some folks hate because they're not the old ones and because they also add just a little bit of extra thickness under the neck, especially when you view these from the front. I like them because they are heavier, they feel higher in quality, they flow nicely. When a character is upside down, the cape just naturally just falls the other way, and these don't crinkle up, and they also make it much easier for me to show you what's on the torsos without having to completely disassemble the characters. Each of these figures also gets an alternate face, so you get two different expressions. Starfire is also a little bit extra special with the nice printing on her arms, and she's got that on both sides. Villains: Joker, Penguin, Harley Quinn, whose hammer was just a little bit too ridiculous to fit in the screen with the rest, and then Poison Ivy, of course, with her Whip-O vine right there, a recolored whip piece. All works well, all looks good. These prints look good across the board. Very happy with them. Of course, only 3 of the figures get alternate faces because Penguin here always has the back of his head exposed, so he wouldn't really be able to, hide away his face if he had another one back there, and that's too bad. I think he could definitely do for 2 different expressions. And of course, let's not forget about Pistol Packing Clown Robot and the Penguin with a bundle of dynamite. I like that robot, Clown Robot, Pistol Packing Clown Robot, so much. It's got the wind-up knob on the back even. It's just such a cool little mini build, micro build, whatever you want to call it. But it's better than it looks. I assure you, it is better than it looks. Why? Because the head pops up. Boing, boing, boing. That is just too cool and too fun. I wish that there was a way, well, I'm sure you can actually make that just stay up all the time, just pull it a little bit farther. That is just too fun, too cool, and you can spin the head around, and it's crazy. I love it. It's awesome. Little thing. Last but not least, there's the Shoot-O-Matic cannon. This thing looks fun. It actually works by a very simple mechanism. This whole back section just kind of pulls back, and then when you pull on that, it kind of brings the inner end of the cannon in, and you push on it and it pushes it forward. So you can load a little Technic ball end piece as a cannon ball in there, and then depending upon how hard you hit this from the back, it'll just eject whatever you put in there. Just want to make sure that it's not completely angled all the way back. It'll get a little bit of interference there, but push that in and out something comes. Simple little thing. Unfortunately, you're not able to fit a person in there, so it's not a proper man cannon. I really wish that you could fit a person in there, but it's just not big enough. Fortunately, to make up for that, they made it big enough to fit a cream pie. So you can launch off a cream pie, make sure that it's in there all the way, give it a good hit, out it goes. Wait, one more thing, super jumper. 1 super jumper included with this set. Could have used more, or they could have used none, because these things scratch up the back of the legs of your figure. They do work quite nicely and would interact quite well with the set, but if you want to keep your figures in really good condition, I recommend not using these, unfortunately. But what a ridiculously fun set though, wouldn't you say? And it's got a great selection of figures, 8 minifigures, and they're all recognizable characters, good collectible figures to get. And there's a Batmobile in there that everybody loves. I mean, everything is good about this set on the whole. I could nitpick about individual small little things, but I don't want to, because like I say, it's just so much fun. It's fun just to look at it on display. It's fun even for me as an adult to actually play with the thing, and I can only imagine how much fun this would be for me as a kid, and I would definitely change some stuff up, customize some things, put extra things onto the rides to make them behave differently and to be more outrageous and just over the top and outlandish. It's already pretty outlandish as it is, the whole thing, but it's done well. Without a doubt, my favorite LEGO superhero set to date. And I admit I haven't owned every LEGO superheroes set to date, but I have owned some, and I've looked at pictures of the rest. And this here is definitely my favorite. But you may disagree. Please do share what you think about this set here by leaving a comment down below. And don't think you have to agree with me just because it's my video. If you think that this set sucks, you don't like it, let that be known. Feel free. I hope you've enjoyed this look at this set. I certainly enjoyed showing it to you. And I hope that you'll come back to check out more of my videos because more are on the way very soon. Bye for now.